What's up, kinfolk? You know, land has a certain capacity where people can live comfortably. But when the amount of people overshoot that capacity, there has to be a dieback. They've got to figure out something that they have to do with all of those people. They got to put them somewhere. The reason why is because we have a cost of living. And if you don't have the finances in American society, then it's going to be difficult for you to live. That's the truth. That's the reality. And it don't matter what you tell yourself. This is what we are seeing in Cleveland, Ohio. Brothers and sisters out here, man, people out here, they're fed up. They ain't out knocking. They ain't asking. They just taking. Y'all check this out.
It is just after 4:30 p.m. on Monday when an unmarked truck used by a bank that supplies cash to ATMs backs into a parking spot at Lucky's Quick Stop and Gas Station on East 105th Street in Cleveland's Glenville neighborhood. Two armed guards go into the store to replenish the cash in the ATM. And while they are inside, a Dodge Durango backs into the parking spot next to their truck. The occupants remain inside the SUV. But when the guards emerge from the store, three gunmen, each wearing a mask, jump out of the SUV and confront the guards at gunpoint. They take bags of cash from the bank truck, and one of the suspects gets behind the wheel and pulls away, nearly running over the lower legs of the guard on the ground. The other two suspects speed away in their SUV. Cleveland police responded to the robbery, and the bank truck that had been cleaned out was found abandoned in a nearby neighborhood.
It was scary.
No one was hurt, but regular customers at Lucky's Quick Stop, who have a rapport with the owner of the store and his employees, say they are shaken by the brazen nature of the crime.
To come here and do that, anybody could have got hurt or killed. People might be scared to even come in the store. There's too much going on in this man's store, you know. It's a good man right here, you know.
Investigators are now trying to determine if the robbery suspects were following the armored truck as the employees were making stops on their route, or if they had inside information. Longtime residents of the neighborhood are convinced that if the bold gunmen are not stopped, they are going to hurt or kill someone.
I thank God nobody wasn't hurt, because that's why I come all day, every day. So I'm glad I wasn't here either.
Kinfolk, of course it's scary. And it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse until somebody with some power, somebody with some authority, decide that they're going to redistribute the wealth in America. But y'all know the bottom people, the low people on the totem pole. Almost always, it is us. And Cleveland ain't playing. Y'all check this one out.
We have new body camera footage to show you revealing last week's dramatic shootout between law enforcement officers and an aggravated robbery suspect. That suspect, 38-year-old Reuben Bell, is now facing 3 counts of felonious assault on a peace officer after police say he led Cleveland officers on an hour-long chase. Annabelle Childers has the video for us and explains where his criminal case stands.
Get down! We now have 5 different law enforcement perspectives of the moment this January 6th police chase comes to a head and officers shoot 38-year-old Reuben Bell. Now, according to Cleveland police, the chase began after officers received information on a series of armed carjackings that were happening on Cleveland's west side. As they began investigating that night, they received reports of 2 more carjackings on the opposite side of the city. Police say they located the vehicle Bell was in and started a pursuit that would last for nearly an hour.
Throughout this vehicle pursuit, the suspect initially began waving a firearm at the officers who were behind him, and then engaged in shooting at the officers a short time later.
Cuyahoga County Sheriff's deputies join the Cleveland Police pursuit. And in each clip of footage we see from both agencies, we see the minutes stretch on as Bell continues evading arrest.
I don't know how he's still moving.
The pursuit continuing even after deputies deploy spike strips, until officers stop him around 15 to 20 minutes later by hitting the back of his vehicle.
Get EMS! Hands up! Hands up!
An exchange of gunfire immediately starts.
Get down! Get down! It's your hands! Yes! He's hit! He's hit! He's hit!
Body camera footage shows officers yelling commands to each other and also to the suspect.
I can't see out the smoke's rolling. Are you good? Yeah, are you good? Yeah!
2 minutes after the crash, a Cleveland police officer approaches the suspect's vehicle.
Hands are empty! Hands are empty! Hands are empty! His hands are free! Put him up! Put him up! Keep him up! Keep him up! Keep him up! We're trying to help you! We're trying to help you, you're not dead!
The rest of the video is too graphic to show, but officers pull Bell out of the vehicle, handcuff him, and start rendering aid. He tells them his leg and head are hurt, and he begs them to help. Police say after officers helped him on the scene, Bell was transferred to University Hospital.
And according to Cleveland police, Bell is...
Now, see, kinfolk, this goes back to that cost of living and the lack of finances that I was talking about earlier in the video. See, they know and they understand that there's a relationship between crime and poverty. If they don't get rid of the poverty, they don't get rid of the crime. Because if they got rid of the crime, you could just about imagine how many of careers have been built that would now be lost. But y'all, sometimes the crime don't just happen in the political arena or in the financial arena where there's a bank or an armored truck. Sometimes it happens in our very own neighborhoods. Y'all check this out now.
Well, I first heard the shots. It was about 2 shots, and then I was like, what in the world? It's so early in the morning.
When she looked out the window, she was shocked by what she saw.
She was screaming, and her baby, she was on the ground. So I was like, are you okay? And she was like, no, I'm not. I was shot.
Police say it happened around 7:30 Friday morning on the 7th.
Hold on, I'm going to pause this for a minute. But I want you all to remember everything that you saw. And keep this in your mind that every time one of these incidents occurred, it's always us, the black folks. But see, I want y'all to ask yourselves, why is that?
100 block of Madison Avenue. A 38-year-old woman was standing outside a red Dodge when she was approached by a man with a gun.
The suspect approached the female and asked for money. She indicated she did not have any money and asked for the car keys, then took the victim's vehicle, allowed her to get the child out of the car.
But as the woman was getting her child out, police say the suspect shot her.
It was somewhere in the upper body, but it's still being investigated.
The suspect then drove off. Not long after, officers found the car parked on the 8800 block of Detroit Avenue.
So the vehicle was located unoccupied, and it was about 30 minutes or so from when the vehicle was taken.
Following the shooting, the woman ran across the street for help.
And I saw him pulling up, driving up the street. And then I helped her and her baby. I just had them come in my house, and I called the police.
The neighbor says she's shaken by what she saw.
She was pretty hurt. She got shot in her mouth right here. It was a big hole right here in her face.
And that this happened right in front of her home.
She said she was going to take the baby to her mom's house, and just to see just a regular individual walk down the street and rob you for your car, that's absurd.
Neighbors hope the woman is okay and want action to protect their community from violent crimes like this in broad daylight.
We need definitely more, some type of more cameras maybe, I don't know, more police enforcement.
Police say the 38-year-old is expected to be okay and her child was not injured. At this time, no arrests have been made. Reporting.
All right, y'all. You see, sometimes we go out here and we play the hero and we get involved with stuff that, whereas we've got all the problems in the world. See, that's the reason why you ain't seeing a whole bunch of black folk going out here and getting involved with these protests that happened up there in Minnesota with these ICE agents. We got enough problems. However, when you look at the whole system, the system as a whole, once again, what you're going to find is the black man and black woman at the bottom. Y'all, they have got to come up with a better way of preserving us. Better yet, we've got to come up with a better way of preserving ourselves.